Happy weekend. Happy first of the month. If you out in the stores, be careful. They outside. They outside. Oh, DC, DC, DC. So, remember the baby that got killed last summer? And I talked about that for days. The 3-year-old that was killed, and a week later, it was 1-year-old that got shot. Didn't die, but was shot. Then we can just go all around the world with all these different babies. The 7-month-old that was just killed in New York. But just constantly. The babies. Now you got a 5-year-old this week in D.C. shot. Out playing. Just what the hell will get you all to be concerned or care that the streets, the literal streets that you live in, your children walk in. And they don't have to be gang affiliated. They don't have to be with the crew, with this crew, with that crew. They don't have to be from Berry Farms. They don't have to be from, what's that? What's the other one? Chopper City and all that. They don't have to be from there. They could have went to school with one of them and be speaking to them and somebody pull up. They could be in the grocery store and one of them pull up. But what, is it not enough death of children for you? Is it not enough death of young men? You got men that have been killed by thuggerists. Men that are actually productive and have families. Then you have the thuggerists themselves that need prayer because they throw their lives away. For what? That's why I said you all don't care about men. Don't care about the girls either, for real, because now they at it. Killing it, beating it, stomping on people. What the heck? I don't get it. Is it that you needed to be your son or somebody? Because y'all, a lot of people don't care. See, when people get shot or get killed, it's always, when they going this? When they going to stop? They need this. They need to do this. They need to do that. That they need to get more. They don't need no more resources. Let me tell you what they need. They need parents like we had growing up. They need parents like our parents had growing up. And on before they got to this jacked up, stupid ass, failed to ship generation. We are the most piss poor sorry. And I'm saying it collectively. Because when you have a whole pack of children, we're not talking about one or two or a few. We're talking about a bunch of kids out here. All over, city to city. They can't even read. Did y'all see the video going around this week? But I mean, most of us know they can't read. I know some of y'all live in a freaking stupid CNN bubble where you don't see nothing. No other news, nothing. Don't get no other thoughts, nothing. Than what they tell you. It's reports constantly about the state of you see it. You can see it if you pay attention. Damn kids can't read. Did a video. What that mean? Words that they should know. They can't read. They can't think. Half of them can't even hold a conversation up. Hi. My mama growing up, you better say, she be like, what? Huh? if you unless you can't talk seriously, you had to answer, open your mouth and speak. You know, people that walk and let the kid. What? If my back is turned, I can't hear your head. But even at that, it's rude. The people, oh, you know, he a little slow. Slow ain't got nothing to do with it. I see slow kids that talk. At least know how to say hi. You have become the most excuse peddling, enabling, coddling pack of individuals, but yet always on about, well, I don't know what's wrong with these kids, got problems. You do what you learn and what you are allowed to do. Because somewhere, if you were taught to be a decent individual, you might act a fool on occasion. But as you mature, but I know a lot of people are not maturing, what they call it, arrested development. We got a whole lot of arrested development in the kids and the adults. My age group included and older. Just a whole bunch of arrested development. Then y'all arresting masculinity. Because once you bind a strong man, anything, and in the vein of trying to keep anything from happening, I'm with the people that's putting the foot down saying, hell no. I've been on that for years. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired. So now, and the devil, yeah, he mad and he busy because it's too much praying going on around here. They just read the Bible all last week at the Museum of the Bible. Just read the Bible. Now they gonna have, I think is it America Praise? We're gonna have that. Then on the 17th of this month, and I hope some of these kids, they want to take over something, go take over downtown or on May 17th. I will be working that weekend. But I kind of would want to say I'm not, because I really want to go and experience the worship that's going to take place actually out in the open. Because he don't talk about that. Because they don't want people, first of all, heathens not going to come nowhere to worship. They're not going to come and unify with people to worship. But we need to worship and be praising God in this hour so we can get rid of a lot of the wicked spells and witchcraft that's being done and that has been done. So, but I hope the little children run their behinds down there and get their hands, get hands laid on them, get prayed on May 17th. Some of you need to go down there on May 17th. Get hands laid on you. Cause it's sickening. It's sickening that we still sitting here gotta talk to and fight to keep these transocrat individuals from putting stuff in these schools to teach kids stuff that they ain't got no business learning. But you know what's more sickening? Freaking felders that don't do jack, or that still don't know, or still don't see an issue, or still won't check your people for pushing that garbage on kids. Still won't check nobody telling you that Jesus was a queer or God is queer, or this, that, and the other. Y'all won't check them. And that's why these people are still doing what they're doing, and that's why I stand against them and I stand against you. You're not going to lie on for God. You're not going to lie to these kids. You can lie to them, but you better not let me know that you lying to them, because I'm going to say something to you. But because you align with and sign up and support people that's pushing that crap, you signed it. You lied to them because you for the lie. We could disagree on a whole lot of things, but that's one thing I ain't about to sit up and I don't play on that. God and these kids. Y'all letting them get killed constantly and don't care. But yet you want to know what's going to happen with crime. I saw one of them candidates. I don't have no good options for mayor in D.C., honestly, because none of them represent me. I'm not of their kind. And I don't care what they look like. But the fool girl, I'm not voting for no female. That's number one. So I gotta find the most, and I'm not even happy. I probably just going, it don't even matter who I vote for. I'm not voting for a female, but with the one fool is a Janice, whatever her name is, she don't want the curfew or whatever, because that'll lead to over policing or some foolishness she said. Listen here, lady. DC and all over has a problem. And government can't fix what homes need to fix, because law enforcement starts at home. That's number one. And a lot of homes don't do no enforcing of nothing. But when you come out into the world, that's the public. That's where the citizens are. The government's first duty, not social programs. That's supposed to be the church and charity's duty. But see, y'all done took over because you want to be God. Y'all want to be God. That's what the government, that's why they don't want you to know nothing about God for real. That's why they're crafting any and everything about God except for the one and true God. That's why you have fools sitting up talking about Jesus is gay, or he would be for abortion. That's why. Because those fools want to change and they want to fit with the people that they align with. Okay? So you got to check who you aligning with. Because they want you to rearrange, and you are rewriting what God said. But she said she's not for the curfew. Now, the government should not have to impose a curfew. That's number one. That should be something parents do. I had a curfew growing up. I went out. I think we all went out. You had people, kids used to fight back there. Yeah, back in the 90s, they was shooting. Our parents wasn't standing for it, though. You wanted to live a certain way, you wanted to be, they put you out. You weren't bringing all that foolishness to their house. Because, see, most of our parents had something that they built. They had jobs, they had cars, they had homes, they had things that they were not going to lose messing around with us. I'm trying to, do we have anything to lose? Some of y'all don't, because some of y'all ain't never worked nowhere. Never will. So you have passed on this mentality to your children. But even those that do have something, you're going to risk what you have. And then you leave in the world and you multiplying the threats out here, because the carjackings are up. I see over there in Baltimore. Did you see that news? They say the carjackings are up. A 10-year-old was arrested for crashing a stolen vehicle. Why is a 10-year-old driving a stolen vehicle? Why he think it's okay or cute or cool? Because his little friend Jimmy and them probably brag about it. And then he like, and then they get off. They just get released to their parents who don't do nothing. Because see, if I would have been out there at 10, and most of us that would have been out there at 10 doing things like that, first of all, we would have got our behinds beat. Wouldn't have been and would have been stayed inside and wouldn't been doing nothing. But our parents had a better handle on us. And they worked. But then you had your neighbors, you had your grandparents. See, you had better elders back then. They weren't going to just let you run around. But then it morphed into a generation. Don't talk to my child. Don't correct my child. Well, you know what? You need to keep your child out of the public. Because you and your child, they need to lock the parents up. They need to charge these parents when these kids damage property or do something. And when the parents, if you arrest them and the parent come pick them up, they need to be given a bill. And if they don't pay it, they can't get their license or whatever renewed. And if they get any kind of government benefits, they need to be sanctioned. Janice, she's a definite no. She was already a no anyway. She's a female. Yeah, I'm discriminating against women, because that's what y'all call it. That's what y'all call it. You guys discriminate. Yeah, I'm discriminating against females. I don't want to see another female floating around here. I really don't want to see those men either, because they gumps or punks, because they support and align with transocrat activities. and all other foolishness. But I just want to know, when do you people around me get tired and start holding these people accountable? Because you can't check all the homes, but you can check the policies being put in place. They need to get tough, because the government's first, the preamble to the Constitution tells you the common defense of your citizens. We're not being defended or protected around here. Not with all this stuff running rampant every week. And then the stuff, the defund the police, then you want to act quietly. You know, when people start getting backlash, then you want to start still doing stuff to just minimize what police can arrest and do this, that, and the other than the judges. That's a whole different problem that need to be dealt with. I'm glad that they really starting to look at that and start talking about impeaching some of these judges and remove. They got to go. The failed leadership has allowed no discipline, no correction, no literacy, no nothing. But you can pronoun. But you can watch all these freaking stupid reality shows and listen and feed off of The View and CNN all day. And you limited as a mug. You fighting things that could help you, because you listen to stupid people won't even give a brain an exercise in thinking. I hope y'all find y'all way downtown on May 17th and go pray somewhere. I really do. Especially you a Christian. You need to go be around some more Christians and pray. You need to pray for some sanity and for the witchcraft and demons and warlocks and all that to be subdued in the name of Jesus. Because it's happening. But you won't. And I know you won't, but I will. I won't be able to be there because I already signed up to work that weekend. Because I got to get this dental bill taken care of so I can get this work done. But I would be there. But y'all piss poor. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm pretty much sick of the totality of this entire DC, Maryland, Virginia area and a whole bunch of other areas. Because you trash. You trash. You cry about the crime. Oh, we need to get tough. But when you want to get tough, then you cry. Because if it ain't who you want to getting tough on, they ain't going to get tough on it. They benefit from it. But y'all don't even know that. You can't work on fixing a problem when it benefits you. And it keeps people with grievances and something to cry about. Because they like people crying and whining. They don't want nobody to